Okay, I'm going to do a short demonstration on how to do coil wrapping for our SB Max model. First you will receive a unit, which is like this gray box right here, blue coil pack, and some zip ties. First you want to start off with removing the zip ties from the coil pack with some cutters. Find the lead. We suggest using 10 to 15 feet of lead off of the coil pack to go from your coil back to the unit. Give yourself like 10-15 feet. First you want to start off with securing your coil wrapping with one of the supplied zip ties, like so. Remove extra zip tie. Being that I have a pipe in my hand, it's going to kind of look a little different than what you will be doing, but it's basically the same. Start off with wrapping your coil around the pipe, making sure it's laying up against the zip tie. Continue wrapping for 68 turns around the 1-inch copper pipe. As you can see, I'm keeping my coil closely wrapped on the pipe. Make sure there's no gaps or kinks or overlaps in your coil. You can see a tightly wrapped coil here. You'll do this for 68 times, and then you would secure it with another zip tie at the end.
It's going again. Sorry.
As you can see here, I fully wrapped the coil 68 times. This will be your first wrap on the 1-inch copper pipe. After you get done with the first coil wrapping, you will secure your coil down again with another zip tie, making sure you clamp down the other side. Like so. Removing extra zip tie. Now to do the second wrap on the coil, make sure your coil direction is going in the same direction as the first coil. So you would commence to wrapping the coil back on top of the existing coil the exact same amount of times as the bottom one. As you can see, I'm keeping these close together as I did on the first wrap. And we would just wrap this all the way down to the bottom of the first coil wrapping. As we come to the end of our double wrapping, as you can see, I've wrapped a layer on top of our other layer of wraps that we had first, which was 68 wraps. Making sure that you secure the next wrap down with another zip tie. Let's get this around there. Make sure this is secure to hold the second wrapping down. Now we're going to go with our triple wrap, going in the same direction as the first two wraps. Must do one more layer of wrapping on top of the second layer. As we're coming to the completion of our triple wrap, as you can see, I'm coming down here to the end of this one. A couple more wraps here, keeping them close as possible. And this one will need to be zip tied down to secure the last wrap. As you can see, there will be 4 zip ties holding this all together. Next, we'll be attaching the leads to our unit here. Stripping off enough to apply to our binding post. There's a little hole here. Put the wire inside. Tighten one side of the lead coming from the coil wrapping, and applying the other side of your coil lead to the other binding post. Making sure these are securely tightened down, and you have our coil and our system hooked up. Next, you would need to plug into 110 or 220. It's wired for 110, the plug on there. And that's the coil wrapping system for it. Okay, as you can see, once the unit is powered up, this one LED light will be on to show that the unit has power. Once both connections of the leads from the coil wrapping comes on, both LEDs going in directions will show that the unit is scanning frequencies. This is our normal operation mode. From now, it's maintenance free. This is the only thing you will see. Part of the tutorial will be for wrapping the coil wraps for the 450 and the 350. You can see here I have a bigger size copper pipe. The coil pack that come with these units is a little bit more heavy duty. It's a 12 gauge wire wrap coil system. Again, it comes zip tied down. Have to remove zip ties and our tag. This coil will be slightly different because this one will not take the double wrap. The triple wrap, it only takes the double wrap. First, you want to start out with your lead, which is about 10 feet or so. Secure the wire down like we did on the first one. With we have larger zip ties for these. Make sure the wire is pretty secure. Pull these zip ties pretty tight. A little bit more heavy duty. Cut off your extra zip tie lead. And the coil wrapping is basically the same as the one before. As we're going to wrap this one same way, making sure there's no gaps or anything. And again, in the instruction manuals will tell you the exact amount of wrapping for each size pipe you will be applying the coil wrapping to. Again, like with the first coil wrapping system, they're basically the same, just on the bigger pipe with the bigger unit has just a double wrap. Once you complete the first wrap, do the double wrap, and you will be done with the coil wrapping. They hook up the same way as the other unit does. If you have the 2 binding posts on the bottom, you put your 2 leads to those and just simply plug and play. And if you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call. We'll be here for you. Thanks.